welcome back to another episode of Terry Thornberry Performance. You guys see the old red dragon right in front of me. That's right, the 1UZ240SX. We're finishing up the last pieces of the puzzle to make sure that this thing is running and driving. So Terry's on his way back from picking up the radiator hoses. We went ahead and showed you some of the clutch lines of it being bled. Don't worry, I'm gonna raise it up and give you guys a more in-depth view on what we did to make sure it's all nice and clean. Terry's on his way back from getting the radiator hoses, which means that I need to go ahead and finish up all the wiring in the engine bay. So when we go take it out for a test drive, that's the last thing I'm worrying about, is wiring hanging around in the engine bay. We gotta get that finalized, cooling, and then last but not least, driving to go get some gas in this old girl to go see how she performs. Let's head on up and show you guys underneath the carriage. All right, now we're underneath the car, showing you guys the last thing that we didn't show you guys yesterday. We're more in depth, and that's gonna be the slave cylinder. So we went ahead and mounted it up. The biggest concern was being the headers really close to it. We went ahead and got ourselves a nice 90-degree stainless steel fitting to obviously push away the line, and then we have a 90-degree going straight up with some heat wrap going right around it, just to keep the steel braided line in the coating nice and protected. Terry and I went ahead and bled through the system, so we've got a nice clutch pedal feel. That being said, the trans are going into all the gears. Now we need to make sure this thing is running and driving and show you guys how she looks and make sure that the motor is all nice and healthy and those back wheels are turning. Let's lower this thing and finish up the rest of the stuff in the engine harness, so when Terry comes back, we can get this thing on the road. You guys can see, got a couple wires that are a little bit too close to the headers. Just zip tying them together, getting them all bunched up, and then we'll be obviously putting them away with the headers, putting some heat wrap over the wires to make sure that they're all nice and insulated and keeping it as cool as possible. Once that's all situated, we're moving over to the rest of the rear, cleaning up the rest of that stuff, getting it situated, putting the fuse box up in a nice little location, nice and tucked, and getting that air filter on nice and tight. Once that's being said, Terry should be on his way. I keep on saying it. Hopefully he's on his way. Back with the radiator hoses, we'll have some water in this thing, be able to cool it down. Pardon my language. We'll have some cool in this thing, be able to cool this old beast down, see if these fans are actually working appropriately. And let's go fill up some gas in this thing. I need to stop talking so I can finish up this engine bay. Let's get to work. Alright guys, no, we're not going to space, nor Mars. We're making sure this thing is staying nice and cool. We got ourselves some adhesive back, silver, heat reflected tape. We're gonna go ahead and put this on the power steering lines that obviously run next to the headers and on some of the wiring. Not the whole thing, on some of them. Let's go ahead and cut it up. Snip, snip, snip. No guys, I'm not trusting just that adhesive next to that hot heat exhaust. We're also going to head and put some safety wire around it just for some safety measures. 2 little spots, the bottom and the top, make sure it doesn't fray out, and be good to go.
Another beautiful day in paradise. You know what that means. We got the hoses and we're gonna get this S in gear, baby. Let's go. Woo! Jack Thornberry, we got the hoses, big dog.
Perfect. Now we get this thing nice and cool and be able to get it on the road.
Just like so. I love it. I love it. Things are coming together. Now, get the cooling system all cooled down, get it all burped, get it on the ground, and get it on its main voyage. Let's go.
Go ahead, putting over our beautiful heat loom, and keep the wires nice and beautiful, and as well keep some heat away from it. But it's just for beauty. We got the fuse box routed, we got the wiring cleaned up, we got it routed. Terry, how are you coming along with those hoses?
These hoses are coming along the way.
The G-rated hoses. Exactly. Terry's getting ahead, getting the cooling system all finally situated so we can show you guys how she looks in the sun and at the gas station while driving. Let's go hit the road. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You guys seen the top radiator hose on. We definitely had to work for the bottom radiator hose. Some out of the woodworks, so I'll have to do a little bit of clearancing, but it's all good to go. Nevertheless, both the hoses are in. Now I'll fill it up with coolant, make sure the system isn't leaking, obviously internally and externally. Put it back on the ground, which it already is. Take it for a drive out of the lot, and go fill it up with gas. Alrighty guys, so right now you can see the biggest fault, and this coolant is clear, which means we're putting water in it right now. So it is just regular water. We're making sure that the system doesn't have any leaks. Once I know the system is not leaked, then I'll go through and drain the whole entire system and obviously put fresh coolant in there. Yes, this is distilled water. This isn't just regular tap water. We have a bucket of cases. Let's go fill this thing up. Let's go for a drive.
We got the radiator hoses on. We got the air filter on. This thing is idling. Now it's ready to hit the streets. Get some 91 fresh octane in this beautiful beast of a machine. And now finish up the build process and getting this car, S13, looking that much better on the street, baby. But let's go ahead and close the hood. Everything is closed. Everything is beautiful. Jack is just dialing in the battery, making sure it's all bolted down. Now, taking it on the block. Spicy. She's out in the sun, driving. Let's go see how she performs out in the street with a little bit of gasoline. Well, she's a little shaky. We'll definitely drive around it on the blown coilovers and as well the 15 inches. Not the best combo with a V8, but we want to make sure that the motor's all good to go, the trans is good to go. She's ripping, tater chipping. Now off to go get some gasoline. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
a good thing her non went ahead and did the exhaust system, so we're not just open headers. We got the cats on there leading out from the 2 to the 1 with the beautiful Spec D exhaust. So I don't think I have to worry about that old guy. You can never go wrong with just double checking all your work. Obviously she just came from the shop to here, making sure there's no leaks. Don't worry, you can check underneath the ground, you'll find yourself there ain't nothing. So obviously we know this system's good to go. Let's get back on the road. Well, she let loose a little bit. I can tell you she scratched from first, second, and third. So obviously we got the power to back it up. Now we just got to update this chassis because she's not sounding healthy at all. We're back here at the shop. Let me go see if we still have this old motor. Yep, there ain't no K in there. It's definitely got the 1UZ FE, baby. So you guys see on these last couple of episodes what we've shown you guys to get this old girl wired up and what wires you need to. So now we're gonna frame from that, we're gonna start showing you guys the rest of how this beauty's gonna look. You've already seen me grabbing a couple little gears, going to the gas station, and her enjoying her sun finally again. But it's not over. We got a couple more episodes left. We're gonna have to put on the coilovers, the rims, the final product to make sure this old girl sounds and looks underneath the hood just as good as she looks outside. Can't forget about that interior. So keep on subscribing and keep on keeping your eyes peeled on the YouTube. We got a lot more footage to keep on going, and we're not just finishing off with this. We still have a lot more cars that we need to show you that you guys haven't even seen that still need to get worked on. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed this episode of the 1UZ 240SX. Until further notice, keep an eyes out on the Instagram and follow us on the YouTube. Comment and like the sport. Woo! Peace out, guys.